up, YouTube? Yo, and welcome back to another League of Legends video. Yesterday, we actually hopped into the champion spotlight. Yo, we got to see some really amazing champs. From who was the first champ? Renetta Glass. From Renetta Glass, going down to Rel, and there's Seraphine. Seraphine is a pretty bursty champ. She uses music as her fucking attacks. That is wild. That is just wild. And we got to see our boy Yumi from with Yasuo and Yumi, the brothers. Yo, Mr. Friggin' Kit. They say Yumi and Yasuo basically have like similar kits and they work well together. Oh frig. So picture playing because Yumi plays top lane, right? So Yumi top lane, Yasuo mid lane, and them are just using their combo to those freaking lash out everywhere. Yo, what the fuck? Doesn't matter, fuck, yo, League has so many OP champs. Yo, the kit that these champs have, how the frick can you lose? How can you lose? I mean, you like each skill shot would have like cooldowns. Each skill will have cooldowns. So you have, when you use one, you have to cool down, and then have to use another one again and all that stuff. But yo, every time I see like, yo, what the fuck? How is this shit? How is this shit? How can you play with this? How can you play with that? Frig, I seen it with friggin' Renata Glass. She can revive a champ if she buffs them and like she uses it. So I don't even know how to figure about it. Today again, we're just hopping back into another friggin' champion spotlight, man. We're just going down the ladder. Supposed to go up the ladder, but we're going down. Yes, we're going down in video, man. So yeah, let's hop into the video today and let's fucking do this. We finished that Yumi today, so our next champ to freaking watch today is Lilia. I see she has like, what the fuck? She has feet of goats. She has goat feet. What is this? Yeah, so we're starting with Lilia today. So let's go, bros. We've got to see more fucking amazing champs, man. Let's go.
Lilia is a magical fawn, collecting dreams
She's
for her
a fawn.
Darting in and out of battle while wielding her branch staff, she sends foes to their slumber, mumbling apologies along the way.
I mean, she's just skipping and what is she saying? Sorry.
It's a scary world out there, but you're the real fawn of the Fed. Welcome to the Lilia Champions
Fawn and Flora. So she's like the abilities. Let's go, Lilia.
Blooming Blows blasts nearby enemies with magic damage, plus true damage along the outer edge sweet spot.
Oh, wow.
Blooming Blows also has a passive component. All of Lilia's spells that hit enemies grant her added movement speed for a short time.
Yo,
These prances stack up to 5 times, enabling you to put the petal to the metal.
Petal to the metal.
Speaking of passives, she
Dream
has another
Laden
one.
Bow.
Spells on enemies also apply Dream Dust, which deals maximum health damage over time.
Maximum health damage.
Blooming now.
Lilia winds up a huge strike, dashing and damaging enemies in the area. Those at the center will pay dearly, taking tons of damage.
Wow.
Was that me?
Is Lilia? Lilia?
are
It's a
not
fucking
the only
jungler.
ones who need to watch out. Lilia cannot jump over walls with the dash.
Ooh.
Lilia lobs a swirl seed that damages and slows enemies where it
Damage and
lands.
slow.
Swirl seed has infinite range, so it rolls until it hits an enemy or collides with terrain.
Wow, that's
Because
it.
it can fly out from across the entire map, you don't want to be caught like a deer in the headlights.
Wow.
So
this shit is like
all enemy champions afflicted by Dream Dust, no matter how far away they are, become drowsy and slow for a few seconds before falling asleep.
So you can just send this shit all the way down the
If
mid
they're
lane.
awakened by damage, they take a bunch more. Haha, Dream Dust Printer goes.
That's the Dream Dust Printer goes.
Lilia's forte is speedies and sleepies. Run in, put everyone to sleep, and dot 'em.
And just
then
dot 'em
tippy tap
out.
out. Sorry.
How can I tiptoe when I don't have toes?
She's a
Arcane by
jungler.
clearing jungle camps with blooming
Oh,
blows,
okay.
darting away to kite monsters, and prancing faster and faster.
Yeah, because she
as
gets
you go.
movement speed every time she stacks up the
Sweet spots
prances.
are always a fixed distance away from you, so if you want to clear the jungle well at all, you must kite the camp backwards for maximum damage.
Okay.
Your ability to kite is what separates your team's dearest ally from just another Jane
Yeah,
Doe.
because you can dodge a whole
PvP
heap of
combat
attacks.
is also difficult in the early game. Avoid getting caught by enemy champions, using your
what the
speed
fuck
as an
is-
advantage while you're squishy.
Don't can't judge a flower by its bud.
Don't
You-
judge a Twisted Fate. Yo, boy, Twisted Fate
As
with
you
his
power
gold
up,
card, yo.
Wilting
That's
Lullaby
a stun.
can be a clutch
No, no, no,
escape
look, that shit
or
just.
all the setup your team needs to deliver a rude awakening.
Wow.
During mid to late game, look to hit high value foes hiding out at the outer edges with blooming glows and in the
Look how much
center
she's just
with watch out.
prancing.
When they snooze, they lose.
They fuck.
I'll face any.
Karen, Blitzcrank, and Jin. Yo, Jin just sniping, yo. Yo,
For
this
more than
Lilia
Lilia,
champ.
Click the links in the
She,
description.
she,
And remember,
she's very
always believe
fast.
in
I can
your
see she's
dreams.
like, you can. Yo, so you can easily catch up with folks with her, man. Set. Yeah, this is champ. This guy was
the boss.
was saying to
half Vestian, half Noxian entrepreneur and fighter, running Ionia's
what the fuck? My
underground.
boy's a wrestler.
Not one to beat around the bush, Set takes matters into his own hands, relying on his fists to get the
My
job
boy-
done.
Oh, what? Look at that shit.
Sets get ready to rumble.
Look. My boy's
Welcome
slamming
to
them.
Set Champion Spotlight.
Yeah, someone was telling me to react to his voice lines.
Set's
Pit
got
grit?
2 fists, so of course he's got 2 passives. First,
That's
Hit
Azir,
grants
yeah.
him health regen that scales the more damage he takes, so he can take hit after hit.
So my boy like he
Second,
doesn't
Set's
die.
basic attacks alternate between his left
Pantheon!
and right hand.
Or should I say
a left punch
Atreus?
deals normal damage,
Atreus.
and a right punch comes out faster and deals more damage.
Okay.
Talk about a mean right hook.
So you have to
With
hold.
knuckle down, Set briefly fires up his movement speed when running toward enemies. His next 2 basic attacks then deal additional damage.
Wow.
Use your Q to reset your auto attack, giving you the chance to combo with a flurry of
So
punches
it's Q,
up to 4
auto
times
attack,
in rapid
Q.
succession. Left, right, Q, left, right, again.
What the fuck? Yo! So you just continuously
Set's W is
hitting.
Haymaker.
That's
He passively stores damage he
Jojo.
takes as grit, which decays after a short amount of time. When activated after a brief windup, Haymaker lets loose a giant punch that expends all his grit, dealing true damage to enemies in the center and physical damage to enemies on the
Ooh.
sides. You could say
Look how
it's
big
a
that shit
full
is.
grit punch!
Look how
He
big that
simultaneously
is.
gets a rapidly decaying shield equal to the grit expended.
And he gets
his grit. It's over 90%. What?
gets
90%?
shield?
Yes, 90%. That's what I'm saying.
My boy forgot
when
Super
Set's grit
Saiyan.
hits 90% or higher, expect some visual flair from the boss to show off just how charged up
So
he is
that's
for a
that's
fight.
actually in the game. He changes. He powers up like this.
Are we doing this thing, or should we come back in a few episodes?
Yo,
He's krilling it. Set's really been eating his vegetables and his Kakarots.
yo, my boy,
All
any
right,
puns?
all right.
He's
Goku
stupid
off for a
puns.
bit. Set's E, Facebreaker,
Facebreaker.
grabs enemies on either side of him and smashes them into each other, dealing
Ooh.
damage and stunning them. If enemies are only on one side, Facebreaker deals damage but slows them instead.
Okay.
Facebreaker works on enemy champions, minions,
So you
and
can-
monsters.
So he's a get down and dirty champion.
Set's ultimate is Showstopper. Set grabs a
Gra-
target enemy champion and
and
slams
slams-
them down, dealing damage to the target and slowing all nearby enemies. The closer bystanders are to the impact zone, the more damage they take.
Ooh.
If the grappled target had any bonus health, Set deals a large
So you
portion
can
of it
pick
as
up
additional damage.
and the squishies, and I probably remember the squishies, the ADCs,
When it comes to the
squishies.
ult,
They're
leave the
basically,
small fries and go after the big contenders with
Yeah, because the
Showstopper to
bigger-
deal the most damage.
and when you hit them, oh fuck, because they have low
Set
levels.
can style and swag up Showstopper in different ways. Y'all ready for this? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yo, he can do it like the man's picking up
Being
and
the boss
slamming
is
them.
all about getting set up for a good fight. Positioning and spacing is key. Set has to be close enough that he
And
can
the-
sprint
the
in
big
with knuckle
punch.
down for a 1-2 punch, or position around the minions to wombo a larger combo, grabbing minions and the opponent for a
Ooh,
big
yeah,
stun
he's stunned.
and bigger damage. If his footwork is off,
Knuckle.
he whiffs his combo
Oh
and gets
shit,
punished.
that's a nice flash.
Set's ult comes in handy with junglers who want to try their luck ganking.
What the fuck,
Or
yo?
they can
And
talk
he
to a
ran
wall
away,
for
and he
something
just
to
ran
learn.
away, yo. Back out! Where you going,
For
bro?
a really
Listen,
goat
where you going?
and Vestian play, stun tanky enemies with Showstopper, crashing them
My boy
into the
slanted.
enemy.
Look at him!
barrier.
Look at him
Then
out the
back
shield he
together with
gets!
Facebreaker, use the grit you've stored up to serve a giant haymaker, and pummel him with knuckle down.
Look, my boy just
Punches
wait the entire
all the way
squad.
down.
Shut. Threshy didn't have a fucking chance, yo.
We've hit the end of this spotlight. Float like a speedy
Pantheon!
butterfly towards the fence, and
Yo, you
sting
can't
like a
beat fucking
boss.
Pantheon,
The old
bro.
1-2.
You can't be Pantheon.
If you're waiting
Pantheon
for
is
a finishing
aspect of
punchline,
fucking war, man.
That was it.
Atreus. Onwards! What the fuck? Yo, Seth is fucking granny. Affilio. Oh, this is the mute guy with all the fucking
Aphelios
guns.
consumes a poison to channel the voice of his sister, Elune. She
Yeah,
guides
and he
him
has
from her
his sister.
sanctuary, sending him a powerful array of moonstone weapons to destroy the enemies of their faith.
My boy have
A
fucking my boy like he
high-strategy
knows
marksman with
jutsu as
access
well,
to a
right?
massive arsenal.
Look, look,
Aphelios
look, look.
takes the game you know and shoots it over the moon.
A prayer for their souls.
So I'm betting he can have like
Patience
multiple
is key
range
to master
for the
the
like
weapon
weapon.
of
Every
faithful.
weapon I feel is a weapon of the
Aphelios
faithful.
Champion Spotlight.
So he has like multiple range for like weapons he uses. Yo, this is fuck.
Aphelios has access to 5 different weapons, each
Calibrum.
with different passive and active ability.
I remember he
There's
doesn't
Calibrum,
have
the
an E.
sniper rifle, Severum, the scythe pistol, Gravitum, the
Gravitum.
gravity cannon, Infernum, the
Infernum,
flamethrower,
the
and
flamethrower.
Crescendum, the chakram.
Wow.
2 weapons are equipped at any given time, a main hand and offhand.
Okay.
Each weapon
Oh,
has
and it
limited
could-
ammo consumed via basic attacks and active abilities. When one runs out of ammo, the next gun in his arsenal replaces it,
Replaces, and
sending
it
the
just-
exhausted
and-
weapon to the back of the line.
And it just switches.
Aphelios has a uniquely designed HUD, which displays his currently equipped weapons, how much ammo they have,
Okay.
and their corresponding active abilities. Use W to switch between your main hand and offhand weapons.
Nice.
The HUD also shows you a glimpse of the next weapon Elune will send once a weapon runs out of ammo.
Okay.
Consider your current arsenal and ammo before you begin a fight, so you can use the best combos for any situation.
That's nice. So
Let's take a
you
closer
have,
look
boy,
at
you
each
have to really
moonstone
think
weapon.
very carefully
Calibrum, the
before
sniper
using this
rifle,
guy.
is best for long-range poke and harass. Who would have thought? Its active ability is a skill shot that
Moonshot.
marks its target. Once marked, the enemy is revealed, and Aphelios can follow up with his offhand weapon from any distance. If there are
Any
multiple marked
distance.
enemies in an area, Aphelios can target one to deal bonus damage, consuming all nearby marks. Whether in the main hand or offhand,
So
any
even if-
damage-dealing ability will apply the mark as well. Severum, the scythe pistol, restores health with each attack. This effect can overheal.
So this
granting
is like a
Aphelios small
slash.
shield.
Okay, so he is like a.
Severum's active ability boosts movement speed and rapidly fires both his main
That shit
and
looks so
offhand
fucking
weapons
cool,
at
yo.
any nearby
Yo, that
enemies.
looks cool as fuck.
Remember, this also applies the passive from his offhand weapon.
Look, 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 look.
Hi, Mark.
And they have the what the
Gravitum, the gravity cannon, applies a decaying slow on each hit. Gravitum's active ability damages and roots all enemies affected by the slow. This ability doesn't use his offhand weapon.
Wow.
Infernum, the flamethrower, blasts enemies with a damaging area
And that
of
shit
effect.
goes
Each
behind-
shot deals bonus damage and explodes in a cone. If your attack crits, the area of the flame widens.
Widens. What the fuck?
Infernum's active ability spouts a wave of flame, which triggers the offhand gun to basic
And
attack all
the same
affected foes.
moonshine shit does wave.
Crescendum, the chakram, is a close-range weapon that behaves like a boomerang. You can't attack again until the chakram swings back around.
reach
so
back.
the closer you stand, the quicker you
More
attack.
attacks. Oh, what the fuck?
Critical strikes make the chakram return even faster, so the correct build
My
and
boy, that's-
positioning provide absurd DPS. While Crescendum
that's
is in your
insane,
offhand,
yo.
landing any ability other than with Gravitum will store mini chakrams. They deal bonus damage when auto-attacking with Crescendum. Crescendum's active ability creates a turret
Sentry?
trap that activates to shoot the
Oh,
nearest target
okay.
with your offhand weapon, applying its passive effect. This turret will also benefit from any attack speed and crit that
Look,
Aphelios has built.
dude, look at this.
Looks like Leona's feeling the gravity of this situation.
Yo, this guy here.
Aphelios' ultimate, Moonlight Vigil, fires a missile that explodes on contact. He then applies an enhanced passive from his main hand weapon.
And you can just hit
He uses
everyone.
about the power of a supermassive black hole from the gravity cannon.
So the
Or a
gun,
surprise
the gun
flamethrower
you
with tons of
have,
damage.
that's what sends out the fucking.
Think wisely about how your weapon can change the
Yo,
flow
this
of the
guy
fight.
here,
You've always got 2 options. Maybe more if you can empty your clip in time.
Look how far he is, and he's just.
Different weapon combos each have their strengths, allowing for different playstyles. Aphelios always starts with a sniper rifle and scythe pistol,
5
which grants him
weapons, yo,
solid
what
poke
the
and
fuck? And you
sustain
can-
during the waning phase. By mid-game, using the flamethrower on main hand and the gravity cannon on offhand can help you set up ganks by spraying foes with
Come
fire
on,
and
just slowing
rooting.
everyone, rooting, slowing, and.
Now let's take a look at a Baron fight and how Aphelios would approach it differently based on his active arsenal.
Okay.
Say you hit the Baron pit with the scythe pistol in the main hand and chakram in the offhand. The pistol's active ability provides Aphelios with extra mobility to stay alive and kite.
And plus you
The
have the
chakram in the offhand builds many
Attack,
chakrams so you
attack,
can swap
speed.
weapons and
Oh, and he
deal
just
heavy damage.
attacked. What the fuck?
But what if you came to the fight with a different set of weapons? Equip the gravity cannon in the main hand with the offhand flamethrower, and Aphelios can start the fight on his own terms. His ult applies the gravity cannon's passive slow to the enemy team, using his active ability to root them, allowing him to swap to the flamethrower and incinerate them.
So,
Or
They
take it
basically
one more
couldn't
time with
move.
the sniper rifle in the main hand and the gravity cannon in the off.
Slowing.
This setup lets Aphelios ult into the enemy team,
Slow.
marking them all. Aphelios can then use the sniper's
And
active
just
ability
click,
to
click,
poke
click,
and
click.
mark the enemy team as they run.
From a distance,
With the
you can't
offhand
get away,
gravity
bro.
cannon, he can apply the passive slow, then swap in and root them with its active.
What the fuck?
With so many styles of combat,
Yo, you
Aphelios
have
rewards
so
players
many
with high
fucking
game
shit.
knowledge and strategic patience.
Yo,
Learn the
anybody?
best combos and when
Look
to
at the
use them,
fast
you
he
can
did-
showcase your galaxy brain.
Anyone who masters this champ, yo, he can take.
Don't
Yo,
be
my boy can
fazed
destroy
by the
everyone.
Sky-high skill ceiling. This lunatic is a challenge to learn.
Said
but fulfilling
lunatic
to
as in
master.
moon,
For
lunatic.
more illumination on Aphelios and his weapons, check out the links below.
Weapons. Yo, this guy is. Senna! Senna!
And Lucian went
Come on,
side by
Senna.
side until Thresh imprisoned her soul in
Sentinel.
his lantern. But holding
Thresh.
onto a spark of hope, Senna learned to embrace the darkness she found
Yo, man,
within.
she's throwing out
Now
fucking
she's back
souls.
and armed with a hefty relic cannon to redeem
Ooh.
the lost souls of the Black Mist.
No shadow without light.
No shadow without light. So she's a support champ, but see,
Senna's
she's
the
playing with
first
fucking
marksman
Jin.
designed for support,
Ah.
light and shadow, compassion and pain. Are you afraid of the dark?
Don't be afraid of the
Welcome
dark.
to Senna,
The
Champion
Redeemer.
Spotlight.
Senna the Redeemer. Yo, Senna is.
Senna's passive, Absolution, allows her to collect Black Mist to increase her attack damage, attack range, and crit chance over time.
Wow.
The more you collect, the further you
The
scale.
further the
so
fucking
gather
range
mist
goes.
To unleash the full extent of your arsenal. Hit an opponent twice to grab a stack of Black Mist. Fallen enemies will also drop a soul, which Senna can attack to pick up Mist.
Okay.
She's learned a thing or two from
Look,
her
look.
former Chain Warden. Senna's Q
Thresh.
mirrors Lucian's
Look, look,
Piercing
look.
Light. With Piercing Darkness, she'll fire a beam that heals herself and allies,
And the
hurts
distance-
foes. The more you attack, the faster it cools down.
And the distance
Senna can
goes
target
further.
anything to cast the shot. Drop a ward to hit enemies that are invisible
Wow.
or out of range.
So what the
Handle.
fuck? So the range
Senna's
increase
W
when
is
you hit
Last
something.
Embrace, a shot that deals damage to the first target,
And
then
roots.
roots them and surrounding enemies after a brief delay.
Huh.
Getting a kill activates the root effect immediately. Got him!
Let's establish some boundaries.
Senna's E is Curse of the Black Mist, a team camouflage that disguises her and any allies who touch
Inside.
it. From the enemy's
who
point
touches
of view,
it?
she and her allies disappear while inside the mist.
What?
When her teammates emerge,
The-
they
what
turn
happened?
to
Look at-
unclickable range.
look how that fucking
Which
thing-
champion is which? It's a mystery.
You don't know because they just look like
Attacking
that.
breaks the camouflage. Senna's shroud will return, but her allies lose their ghoulish form once they attack or cast
Okay,
a
so
spell,
she
which
stays.
might be a missed opportunity. While Senna is in her shroud, she can still be hit by skill shots.
Oh,
but
she
they
can
won't
still
reveal
pick up,
her.
but you don't know who it is.
If someone ganks your lane, you can use the mist to stage creative getaways.
Yeah, because you
There's
don't
also
know.
a speed boost, so run like the mist.
What the fuck?
Senna's ultimate, Dawning Shadow,
Dawning
shields
Shadow.
her allies and damages foes. Enemies caught in the middle take tons of damage,
Ooh.
while the entire blast gives her teammates tons of
Shield. And you see how
This
wide that
lightning
shit
fast
is?
missile can span the entire map. With the right timing, she can end or extend a fight from any lane.
Dead.
Bye-bye! In lane, Senna should harass her opponents with her long-ranged attacks. Her goal is to gather mist, which means wearing down enemies and using her abilities whenever she can.
So and the moment she gathers, the bigger her
Look
range
out.
get.
Her spells work best from behind her teammates. If she starts in front, there's no one to heal and often nowhere to run.
So she. Ooh, shit. And she's a squishy as well. She's a fucking
Senna's team strategy
squishy, so
is
she
to
dies
group,
fast.
hide, and surprise. Play peekaboo with her shroud and catch your opponents off guard. Maybe some misdirection for good measure. Senna can take advantage of her long range to deliver utility from a safe distance. Protect
Nami,
your friends
you're
or pick up your
fucking-
foes.
what the-
Or both. If you want to assist your team with the damage and distance of a marksman, Senna's your girl. Out of the lantern for good, she brings the dark power of the Shadow Isles into
And
the
she's
light.
just healing,
Feast your eyes on
extremely
the links
long
below to
range.
learn more
She
about
can
League's
root. What
newest
the fuck?
sensation.
True damage, Senna. Look at Lucian. Lucian is like,
By the time I'm done here, dying will be the easy part.
my boy running. Yo, all these champs. Pantheon! Yes! Ah! Come on! What the?
God died.
The
Man.
Woohoo! The man fucking revenge! New. So this is a rewalk. New. Mortal will. attack speed increases with each stack. And he can throw, my boy can throw the fucking spear, yo. So that's a stun. I just assault. Oh, it's a shield. It's a fucking shield. He can just block attacks with that shit. And it attack as well. Oh, this is what I saw him did this in the car where he fucking yo, my boy. So he can jump from anywhere. Yo, look at fucking my boy, the shielding, stabbing. Yo, this didn't even need any fucking person to talk. Oh, yo, but the fucking ass.
Kiana is an attack damage assassin who wields the environment.
Yo, I remember her. She was in
she
was in the KDA music, right? Yeah, she has the fucking
the elements,
yeah, Empress of the Elements,
and grasses her way to the back line.
She's a melee champ.
The bolder, the better. This is the Kiana Champion Spotlight.
Kiana looks good.
Kiana dashes a short distance and pulls one of 3 elements into her weapon: water, stone, grass.
So she can, that's her W.
With an element equipped, her attacks get stronger and her movement speed increases near the source of that element.
If talent were an element,
so
perhaps I could throw some
so
at
the
them.
map is her
In
fucking
its base
playground.
state, Kiana's Q slashes an area dealing damage. When empowered with water, stone, or grass, her next Q launches an explosive elemental attack.
That's water.
Water roots enemies, freezing them in their tracks. Stone crushes low health enemies with bonus damage.
Okay.
And grass creates a stealth area lasting until Kiana leaves.
And
They'll
she
never see me
doesn't
coming.
and did not see.
What a shame.
Oh, yo, these
Kiana's
fucking
Q
champ.
resets when she draws a new element. If she uses an empowered Q, she'll expend her current element and need to grab another. The Empress deals bonus damage the first time she hits a unit. Equipping a new element resets the cooldown against all targets.
Okay.
Refreshing.
And you see, she heads next to
Kiana
the grass
mows down her target, dealing damage and dashing a fixed distance toward them. That's it. That's the whole ability.
Wow.
Kiana launches a shockwave, knocking enemies back but dealing no damage. Don't take it for granted, though. If the shockwave hits a wall, brush, or the river, the element hit explodes after delay, stunning and damaging nearby enemies.
So that's
Shockwaves that hit a wall radiate around the perimeter of the entire thing.
What the fuck?
Kiana's high mobility and burst damage allow her to set up attacks for her teammates or single out an
that was fucking quick as fuck!
Every fight is a blank slate. Improvise and swap elements to make enemies gravel.
Isn't that real? No, that's not real.
Elementary.
They always said I was cold.
This is your crowning moment. Master the elements, take what's yours, and win.
It's real. Yo, my boy using what the fuck?
Kick grass and chew bubblegum.
I didn't know she was this.
Mordekaiser,
What the
Iron
fuck?
Revenant,
Yo, this is the fucking guy everybody was talking about. The fucking master of fucking evil.
Spells or attacks against the champion damages nearby enemies.
Mordekaiser.
Movement speed.
No escape.
Mordekaiser slams
Obliterate.
down his dealing damage in an area or bonus damage to a single enemy. The
Indestructible.
Evil Overlord absorbs damage taken and damage dealt to charge his shield.
So, and
Mordekaiser can consume the shield for health.
what the fuck?
A deadly claw drags enemies toward him, dealing damage and tons of terror. Also grants passive magic penetration. Mordekaiser banishes a single enemy champion to the death realm for a gruesome one.
So my boy carrying them to his fucking place.
Consume their soul, gaining partial stats until they respawn. As a brutal warlord of death, Mordekaiser outplays opponents by turning fights when the odds are against him.
Yo, my boy telling them, carrying them to the fucking death realm.
Rest.
What the fuck? Yo, no, I see why fucking people love this guy. Look, the fucking pentakill. What? Yo, he's not.
This is Yumi, the
Yumi.
magical cat. Leaving a lazy life of cuddling and snacks, Yumi and her best friend Book go on a quest to find their master. Yumi dishes out heals and shields, escaping enemy attacks and keeping her new friends safe.
Use your claws.
Why
Your
is she
claws.
fucking use your claws?
That's out of the book. Welcome to the Yumi Champion Spotlight.
Okay.
Yumi starts with a point in W.
You and me?
You and me. When activated, Yumi dashes to an ally and attaches, becoming untargetable by everything but turrets. She goes
Wait.
along for the ride until she breaks the bond or attaches to another friend. If an
Sis-
ally recalls or teleports
She goes back with
anywhere
them?
on the map, she can tag along.
What?
Woo!
There's no cooldown to jump among her teammates. Choosing when and whom to attach to is a core part of her kit T. Every so often, Yumi's next basic attack against an enemy champion restores mana and grants her a shield. Bop and Block's shield has infinite duration and follows Yumi or an attached ally until it's broken.
So that shit.
But she can only attack enemies while unattached. Yumi
Oh.
fires a prowling projectile that deals damage to the first enemy hit. If the missile's been in flight long enough, it deals bonus damage and
What the
slows.
fuck?
If the magical cat is attached, she fires from her ally's position and can direct the missile's flight path with, what else? Her mouse. If Yumi unattaches while it's in flight, the missile flies straight.
Straight. So she once she's
Yumi's
attached, she
E,
can control
Zoomies,
it.
has 2 charges,
Zoomies.
granting a short burst of movement speed and a
And
heal
heal.
on each cast. If attached, her partner gets the heal and speed
And
boost
what the,
instead.
what the fuck?
Targets at lower health are healed more.
Have you seen my master? She's about your size.
Yumi's not kidding around with Final Chapter. She opens book, launching waves of damage that root enemies after multiple hits. While using her ult, Yumi can move, attach to allied champions,
Who
and
the
even
fuck
haste
I
with
seen
zoomies.
it?
Yumi is all about strategically attaching, unattaching, or swapping.
Yo, picture this fucking cat on the Mordekaiser. Picture this cat like attaches to fucking Mordekaiser or Aphelios. Yo, what the fuck? They can't die?
Start games by
Look,
hopping
look, look.
on and off your ally to poke enemies down with empowered attacks and prowling projectiles. Even though Yumi can't get targeted while attached, if her partner dies,
She
doesn't
become-
actually have 9 lives.
She become.
She'll go pretty
Yeah,
fast
but
too.
that's true. But
Keep an eye out for daring teammates who need a heal right meow, and have them thank you for not getting bopped.
I love keeping my friends alive.
For truly cataclysmic plays, tell your tankier teammates who like going into the fray.
exactly,
But
somebody like
engage,
fucking
keep your
Mordekaiser.
allies at high health and slow down fleeing foes so your team can clean house.
Now kill him! Kill him!
Yumi
Yo,
can play the
Yumi's
perfect
fucking
game
cancer.
of cat and mouse, taking her
Look
team
how she's
into
dashing.
formidable danger and getting them away safely.
What the fuck I seen
You
it?
want to support with powerful heals to safeguard frontline allies? Grab a friend and get in lane with Yumi, the magical cat.
You and me, we got this.
You see, I hear her name,
For
you
more
and me,
information on
Yumi.
Yumi's
What the
personality and
fuck?
adventures, paw at the links below. That's all for today, folks.
Yo, Yumi's fucking. She's a dangerous
Split
Morgana.
between her mortal and celestial self, Morgana uses her power to both shield allies and make foes suffer, binding enemies for what feels like forever.
Ooh.
Welcome to the Morgana
The
Champions
fallen
Cup.
Morgana.
I
Is she
got
from
this
the
one.
void?
Morg was already the Dark Queen of Death by CC, so we didn't
CC,
change
oh,
a thing.
look how my-
Save
it's
for
so
her,
long!
which
Look how
now
long she
grants
fucking
movement
chin!
speed towards enemies. She's also been visually updated to match her divine origin, with new animations and sharper visuals for her shadowy spells.
So if you want
Yo,
the
is
classic
Morgana
raid that
evil?
makes enemies really feel the hurt, seek out the fallen and spread the suffering. I
That's
guarantee
kill, right?
Morgana win. Oh, come on.
Yo, Mrs.
Born from the aspect
Kill.
of justice, Kale has taken up her mother's sword and vowed to purge the land of evil in an unrelenting crusade. She increases in power over the course of a game, sending wave after wave of fiery celestial
Look.
fury to serve the unjust their final judgment. The righteous shall prevail. Welcome to the
The
Kale
righteous,
Champion
the righteous,
Spotlight.
the fallen. So Kale and Morgana are fucking sisters?
Kale's passive is Divine Ascent. Over the course of the game, Kale rises closer to her celestial form, increasing the speed, range, and power of her basic attacks.
As evil grows, so shall I.
You must just get like
At
6
level
fucking
1,
wings.
Kale is fueled by Righteous Fury, and her basic attacks increase her attack speed. At max stacks, Kale becomes Exalted and gains movement speed toward enemies. At level 6, Kale flies on 2 sets of wings,
Level
and
si-
when
okay.
exalted, her attacks launch flaming waves that deal bonus damage.
Oh, so
At level 11, Kale's helmet comes off and another pair of wings appear,
So she-
signaling that she now attacks from range.
so she's a range
At
champ.
level 16, Kale transforms
she-
into a true
The fuck I seen it. So early game she started as a melee champ, but mid game once level 11 she transformed into a
champion
fucking
of
range
justice,
champ.
wielding 2
Look,
swords,
she's
becoming permanently exalted and dealing true damage with her waves of fire. Kale's E, Starfire
Starfire
Spellblade, has a
Spellblade.
passive and active effect. Passively, her basic attacks deal bonus magic damage.
Oh,
When activated, Kale's next basic attack becomes ranged and deals a portion of the target's missing health as bonus damage.
what the fuck?
After ascending to level 6, this attack damages enemies next to the target as well. Kale's Radiant Blast pierces the first enemy
And
hit
it-
with
and
light,
it
dealing
goes
damage, shredding
back to the-
resistances, and slowing any foe caught in the blast. Celestial Blessing heals
Heals
Kale and
and
a target
movement
allied
speed.
champion, infusing them both with a burst of speed. It's a short duration buff, so it's better at quickly
I mean,
maneuvering and dodging
she's a
enemy
late game
attacks
champ, right?
rather than long-term
In-
chases.
She's a late game rather than early
Kale
game, so you have to
decides who
play.
lives and dies.
So if you play
Her
safe with
Divine
this
Judgment
champ,
makes a
once
target
you make it
ally
to the late
completely
game,
invulnerable for a couple seconds, then purifies the area around them with a cascade
yeah,
of
she
shining
did that to
blades.
fucking Morgana in the previous
Kale
video.
can move while casting, but can't attack or cast other spells until the swords
Until it fall down.
This means it's often better to ult an ally who can dive the enemy team instead of using it on
yourself.
You'll save them from certain death and massively damage foes at the same time.
Okay, that's fucking smart.
In order for Kale to truly mete out justice, she must ascend to her final form as quickly as possible. However, her weak early game can be hell, so you'll need to play safe
Because
to
you're
avoid
fucking
becoming
range,
super
you're a range champ, so
Rely on
you're
Radiant
fucking
Blast
low
and
life. You can
Starfire
see you have
Spellblade
low
to
life.
farm from range. If you stray too close or try to wing it in a fight, you'll be butchered where you stand.
Renekton will fucking kill you, yo.
Calling on allies for aid can spare you the worst of your rough early game. Use Divine Judgment for a clutch intervention, then turn the fight in your favor and get the kill. The Righteous really shines once she reaches level 11 and starts to outscale enemies.
Wow.
Tower dives are no trouble thanks to Divine Judgment, and your rapid fire attacks will melt enemies easily. Exaltations all around.
Oh, she attacks
Once Kale's
very quickly.
apotheosis is complete, take your crusade across the map for the final
Yo,
victory.
this is the same
Lead your
fucking
own
clip with
team into the fray,
Morgana. This is
protecting
the
critical
same clip.
allies while condemning your enemies to a swift execution.
Yo, she attacks so
You'll win the
fucking
team
quickly.
fight just
Look,
as
look,
you
look, look.
planned. If you want a glorious paladin who eventually becomes a godlike agent of punishment, rise with Kale and serve them justice. For more info on the Righteous and her fallen sister, soar to the links below. And remember, kids, Kale is good for you. Spinach is better.
I prefer spinach. From far as I can see, Yumi and this champ late game is fucking cancer. I can see them as being extremely cancerous. Sylas!
Turned revolutionary.
Yes! This
Sylas
is the
ready
fucking
to
guy who
seize
can
the enemy's
take
power,
fucking...
then break them with it. He's a mage that prefers to beat down opponents up close, stringing together a series of powerful strikes and bringing foes to their knees with their own ultimates.
Oh, you're part of the
It's
problem.
time for a revolution. Welcome to the Sylas
Remember, he's from
Champions
Demacia, right? And Demacia doesn't like mages. He's a fucking mage, so they fucking imprisoned him, and he wants to be free on
Sylas
all the
uses
mages.
his Q to lash out with his chains, damaging
Garen,
and
you
slowing
have
enemies.
Garen as the
After
fucking
a
guy
brief
because
delay,
Garen.
the intersection of the chain lash detonates,
You can
applying an increased
you
slow
can
and
change the
damaging
direction of
enemies
where
again.
you want the chain to
The
fucking
best
slap.
way to overpower enemies is with his W,
Kingslayer.
Sylas lunges at a target with a powerful strike, damaging them and healing himself.
Okay.
If the enemy's at low health, the damage is increased.
Ooh, and the
If
health
Sylas
increase.
is at low health, the heal is increased. It's an extremely powerful finishing tool to end any champion's reign. Sylas has a two-part E ability. With Abscond,
abscond
Sylas
and
dashes a
abduct.
short distance and shields himself. For a short time after, he can recast the ability
And do-
as
and do abduct.
whip out his chains,
Oh,
stunning, damaging, and
Fuck,
pulling
he's a
himself to the
fucking
first
sick champ
enemy
as
hit.
well.
Sylas's passive is a whirling chain effect that happens
Petricite
whenever he
burst.
attacks after using an ability, kinda like Sheen. To make the most of this Petricite burst, pummel enemies every chance you get. Link together basic attacks between each spell cast.
He
and
attacks
whiplash
so
to rack
fucking
up
quickly.
stack kills.
Time for the kings to bow.
Sylas is here for revolution, and he will use
Hijack.
enemies'
Yeah, that
powers
is
against
taking the ult.
literally. His ultimate hijacks an enemy's ult for his own use, which Sylas can then hold on to and cast exactly as if he were that champion. While Sylas can take an enemy's ultimate whenever hijack is ready, even if that ability is on cooldown, he has to wait to steal from the same target again.
Oh,
How
so
long
he,
before he can hijack them again
the
is
circle-
roughly
the
determined
circle is
by
around.
their ultimate's base cooldown.
okay, so when they circle,
That spark
okay,
to light a fire.
So once he steals it, you have to wait. You have to wait.
Ulto means Sylas gets max charges on champs with ammo.
I actually feel cheated.
And completely changes into champions that have a transform ability. No matter what their ultimate does, Sylas will find a way to use and abuse it. By late game, his low cooldown lets him take multiple ultimates in quick succession, as long as they're from different enemies.
What the
Here
fuck?
he snags Rumble's equalizer to even the odds at the Baron pit. Unfortunately, he whiffs on Syndra, but he still gets the last hit to finish her off. He's not done yet, though. With Alistar's ult, the Unshackled becomes the Unbreakable,
what
leaping
the
back
fuck?
into the fight to turn Steer into Steak. Move, chick. Get out the way. Each situation calls for a different strategy. Sometimes it's best to take an ult that helps
That's
out your
Evelyn.
comrades
Why take
or has a
Evelyn
big
ult?
impact on team fights.
He gonna
Other
fuck
times,
up.
just
He's
need a
gonna
single
fuck up.
finishing move like Last Caress to whip a single foe. Gnarly. Sylas's ult makes him a hijack of all trades, so no matter what you find yourself
Hijack
up against,
of all
if you
trades?
play
What the
smart,
fuck?
you can beat champs with their own game and kick their ass.
I'll give it back, promise.
With Sylas, no fight plays out the same way twice. While he defaults to a bruiser play pattern, his ult-stealing potential means every skirmish brings something new. Improvise, adapt, and overcome.
Come on, boy,
Make
can't
the most
take-
ones available
no, he
and
didn't
turn
take
your enemy's
Ash ult.
power into their demise.
Die with your lords.
If you want a magical bruiser that wins with brain and brawn, join up with Sylas and
Sylas
start an
is fucking-
insurrection.
what the
For more
fuck,
info
yo?
on the Unshackled, break out to the links below. A shapeshifter from
Nico.
the long-lost Vestayan tribe,
Nico.
Neko is a tricky burst mage who slings colorful spells and taps into primordial magic to transform into her allies. She may not seem dangerous at first glance.
Oh, she
but
transforms
keep a
into
close
the
eye
curious
on her.
chameleon. She
With
transforms
Neko,
into
things
her
are never quite
allies,
as they
not the
appear.
enemy.
Welcome to the
Remember,
Neko
we're inside of
Champions
fucking
Spotlight.
Stargating. Missy's just doing. Missy's got a lot of fucking moves, yo. Miss was just.
Neko's main source of damage comes
Bloom
from her
burst.
Q, Blooming Burst,
Oh,
which
Blooming
explodes
burst.
again if it kills an enemy
Pop.
or damages a champion or monster,
Okay.
blooming up to 3 times per cast. Neko's E, Tangle Barbs,
Tangle
sends out a
Barbs.
spiral of magic that damages and briefly roots enemies it passes through, with an increased root duration for the last champion hit.
So it just keeps
If
on
Tangle
going.
Barbs hits at least 2 enemies, it grows in size, speed, and the empowered root
And the
duration.
long. Oh, it's
Together,
long
Tangle Barbs and
fruit.
Blooming Burst can really sting, and enemies
Swain!
all 3 bursts
Bad
will
boy
take
Swain, the
huge
Grand
damage.
General.
Feel bad.
These 2 abilities make for a fairly standard burst mage combo, but Neko's passive is where things get unusual. Inherent Glamour lets Neko disguise herself and appear as an allied champion.
Wow.
I am definitely not Neko. Beep boop. Neko is middle person.
Nico is metal
You can
person.
confuse foes and trick them into bad decisions, or use your passive to sneako up and catch them by surprise with your EQ combo.
Kindred. That's how Kindred. Yeah, Kindred look.
WTF 2 Shens? Beware, entering combat with champions or using aggressive abilities breaks the illusion and places the effect on a longer cooldown.
Okay.
But until then, Neko is completely indistinguishable, even copying Disguise melee attack range.
Be cool. No one suspects
What?
you are Neko.
Neko can use her W shape
Shift
to briefly
splitter.
turn invisible and send a clone of her
Oh, 'cause
current
I was
form
one-
sprinting in a chosen direction.
So you can fucking
It's
have
great for
persons.
playing hide and seeko with unsuspecting
See, you
enemies.
can actually have persons. Oh, and he didn't attack the red chump.
Shape Splitter also has a passive effect. Every 3rd basic attacker resonates with Spiritual Essence, dealing bonus damage and briefly increasing Neko's movement speed.
Movement speed boost, and she can
Her
fucking
ultimate
get
is
away
the
with that.
prismatic Pop Blossom.
Pop Blossom.
Neko begins charging herself with Spiritual Essence, jumping to gain a shield and slow nearby enemies, then releasing her magical energy for a big stun and tons of damage.
Wow.
When disguised by her passive, allies can see Neko's initial charge up, but enemies cannot. So your glamorous approach will leave them with little time to react. That's what I call a 360
That's
kaleidoscope.
yo. That's
Neko loves mind
nasty.
games and surprise attacks.
Look
catching
at
horrible
that!
foes
And she
in the middle of a
ran
chaos
after the rank chump.
Neko gets magic on you.
Yo, she made Vi run after the
Perfect
rank
Pop
champ.
Blossom, you'll Neko need to sneak around with inherent glamour and trick foes with Shape Splitter. Pop goes the Neko.
Rap, and she didn't expect that shit.
If you want a burst mage that's more than meets the eye, look no further than Neko. For more info on the Curious Chameleon, take a peek at the links below, if you can find them.
I have 3 fucking guys. You don't know which one.
is the real Graves, which is the clone, and which one's Neko?
Which one's Nico? Oh, that Nico coming in.
Like a wildcat. Roar!
Yo.
This is Pike, the Blood Harbor Ripper.
Fight!
Driven by his crew, Pike
Did we
fled,
get? I don't.
didn't stay dead. Driven mad with revenge, this revenant of
We didn't get
stalks,
this. We didn't
cripples,
check him
and
out on the
kills everyone on a list that keeps getting longer.
the fucking League of Legends website, didn't we? No, we didn't.
Welcome to the Pike Champion Spotlight.
No, we didn't. We only just
Pike's passive is
Gift
Gift
of
of the
Drowned
Drowned
One.
Ones.
No, we
when
didn't.
Pike is unseen by enemies, he rapidly regenerates some health recently lost to enemy champions. Pike also converts bonus health he gets from any source into bonus attack damage, including items and ally abilities. Pike's Q is Bone Skewer.
Come on, boy, chose that shit and
If
pull you
tap
back.
Q, Pike shish kebabs and greatly slows all enemies in front of him. If you hold Q a little longer,
He
Pike
throws
readies
it.
and then throws his harpoon, impaling the first enemy struck and pulling
pull
them
it.
towards him.
What the fuck,
Bone
Pike?
Skewer's harpoon will always pull your catch the same distance, which means you can reel champs through
Through walls and shit.
sling close enemies behind
in
you.
instant for Ezreal tries to fucking blink, you could
Pike's
fucking pull
W
him back.
is Ghost Water Dive. Pike dives into spectral waters, entering camouflage.
That's
and
the
gaining
fucking-
significant increase to movement speed that decays
That's
over a few
so,
seconds.
So that's what that's what persons were saying. My boy can be a support and he can fucking switch and go all the way. He can use the fucking river and just go fast and then come
Pike's
back
W
so fucking
is great
easy.
for diving enemies, but it's also your main way to claim Gift of the Drowned Ones in the middle of a fight. Taking a few seconds to slip out of sight will keep your health topped off and your enemies super salty.
Yo, Pike.
Pike's E is Phantom Undertow. Pike dashes, leaving behind a drowned phantom. After a delay, the phantom returns to
And
Pike,
slashes.
damaging and stunning enemies it passes through.
So he
The Phantom's
damage and
dive
slun
on
at the
dive
same
Pike will
time.
follow Pike to his final destination.
Also, that's a
no
nice
matter how
combo he
deep you
flashed
go
to the
or
side.
how you get there.
What the
Don't
fuck?
make it a habit to always start with your Q harpoon. Stay unpredictable by mixing up your engage and leading in with a Phantom Undertow before skewering enemies.
And
Pike's ultimate is Death from Below.
I can see he casting it many times. Ooh, did I
Strikes
support
in an
right?
X-shaped area, blinking to champions, and executing those below a
So once they
certain amount,
yeah, and once they
ignoring
die,
resistances
he
and shields.
can fucking kill them. He can use it again.
Enemies above the threshold take damage normally. When a champion dies in the X area
can
for any reason, he can use Death from Below again for a period of time.
Timo is fucking invisible,
Additionally, the
yo.
last ally to assist Pike's homicide joins in the plunder.
And they say you
gaining
can-
full kill goal.
And you get
It's not kill stealing, it's kill sharing.
so the same amount of goalie Pike gets when
In
they kill
lane, Pike is
a
constantly
teammate.
angling
Get it
for
as
an
well.
all-in and a chance to hook, line, and sink them. Once you've chopped up bot, search the map for more opportunities to keep killing. X marks the spot. Just make sure to keep an eye on the horizon for enemies with backup, or you might find yourself struggling to stay afloat.
Whoa. Fucking that guy's Isaiah. That's Isaiah's
Likes
running, yo.
runes that maximize his plundering potential. Take domination for runes like electrocute and sudden impact to fillet foes wherever he goes.
And slash back.
Dipping into sorcery for water walking and celerity will streamline your roaming and turn the river into a graveyard.
Yeah, because you can just fucking.
When it comes time to spend your blood
Move.
money, buy items like Dustblade or Yomu's Ghostblade to increase your damage and lethality. For more in-lane utility, try a traditional support item like Relic Shield. The health conversion from Gift of the Drowned Ones will make sure
My boy
you're
is
still
he's a
racking up the
good
attack
help. He's a
damage.
good help for the
While Pike
fucking
doesn't 100 to
support.
0 targets as quickly as other assassins, the Ripper can surface with little warning and still send enemies to the depths in just a few seconds. Landing a Bone Skewer ensures they're caught in the Phantom Undertow. Once they're
because he
low,
actually
hit 'em
killed
with the
fuck-
X for an easy kill. Ghostwater Dive and Phantom Undertow double as mobility. allowing the
Urgot,
Ripper
where you
to
going,
traverse the
Urgot? You're
map for a
fucking
good
dead!
kick and shank. Pike's
This
versatile
guy's running,
moves
where you
extend
running?
to his ult. Crafty cutthroat.
Get over here!
Effect to make tricky
Yo, he
picks.
looks like fucking
So if
Sub-Zero
you're
as
on board
well.
with
Him was
that as the
Sub-Zero,
ultimate crowd
Scorpion.
control, make Pike part of your crew.
Echo!
Start crossing names off your list. Thanks for tuning in to the Pike Champion Spotlight.
What the flying fuck? Yo! Riot, we're making too many OP champs. All of these champs I see here, they're fucking OP. Well, I mean, you know, they have their ups and their downs, and they're more than likely they're gonna have like counters to them, like champs you pick to counter them. But nevertheless, yo, their skill set is just so fucking OP. How fucking Riot do this? I have to play this fucking game. I have to try. At least I have to try. I have to try to play this fucking game, because this, oh fuck. And this has to be fucking hard to learn, because you have to use your mouse while using all of this shit. I'll have to fucking try, yo, because all of these champs looking so fucking good to fucking play with. I am sure, like, when you get good with these fucking champs, it's gonna be so fucking rewarding. Thank you guys, man. This is the end of the video. What the fuck? These champs are so fucking sweet. Thank you so much for fucking being here. I just hope everybody's feeling good and healthy, man. Stay good, stay safe, and thank you so much, everyone, for being here. See you guys in the next video. Until then, peace the fuck out.